tongue.
We're having a mare there. I'm on mute. Apologies. People deluded. I'm back again now. Liverpool defeated Arsenal's under-23s 3-0. And I do think the scoreline, apologies, is incredibly harsh. I think we gave a lot more. I think we was a lot better. I think it was a lot more of an even contest than that shows. But at the end of the day, football is harsh. Football is unforgiving. You don't always get what you deserve. And although I felt we could have and we should have got a lot more out of it, and we had a number of chances we could have put away of our own, it's unforgiving. When you switch off, things happen. Again, all of the goals that the last two goals in particular, between I'm sure it was James Norris and Paul Glatzel. I could be incorrect. Two experienced players and two very standout names where Liverpool's concerned. Their goals are against the run of plays. Fantastic movement, fantastic passing, a fantastic break from a Liverpool perspective. But we're caught cold. We're at ones and twos. We're at sixes and sevens. Better yet, we're not really about. And you can't really do that. It's a good experience because it shows how harsh football is. Obviously fans got to be at Anfield, and they're going to be at Ellen Road for Leeds versus Arsenal as well. So this is where the under-23s, not that they're not used to crowds because it's Boreham Wood, but I can't imagine there's too many times you lot have played at these grounds unless you're playing these teams and things like that. So you're seeing what it's about. And again, the crowd obviously makes a bit of a difference slightly. Liverpool have some fantastic youth players. Balagizi's a bad boy, but Mateusz Musialowski, I've spoken about him before. He's actually destroyed Arsenal a couple of times. He can play, in certain midfield positions. He can play further forward. I do think, forgive me if I'm wrong, he's Polish. I do think Liverpool and Poland have a potential player to break through to the first team there under Jurgen Klopp. If I'm completely honest, man, like that individual could be everything he wants. He's quick, he's a good runner with the ball. He plays with his head up, link up play. He's got that, I don't know what it is, but that sort of ingredient to make things happen, to be the difference maker. He's in, again, I would be amazed if he's not in the first team or involved where Preston versus Liverpool is concerned. Now, I don't know too much about how he's getting on week in, week out. I've only seen him on occasion, but he does look like a very technically based player, very gifted player, and one potentially, that that if I was a Liverpool fan, I'd be hopeful that him and James Balagizi and a couple of others can follow what Curtis Jones has done, or I know Harvey Elliott was brought from Fulham, so it don't count. But ultimately, as a young player, make the grade. But yeah, isolated to this game, you can't go to sleep really and truly. For the goals they scored, we absolutely went to sleep, man. You can't afford to do that, and especially they've got experienced players out there. Like one of the goals, unfortunately, I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, Charlie Patterson. We're building out. We're deep in midfield really, and he is the last man. He's been caught cold in possession as the last man, and I'm sure he's learned an important lesson. Very good young player, and 9 times out of 10 is the guy. But I like things like that to happen to players because I don't think under 23s improves you and makes you rounded in relation to that. And yeah, man, I think we tried. Amari Hutchinson was popping up in occasions. Akinola put himself about. Salahudeen in and out the game, in my opinion. Our defense isn't playing bad, but yeah, we just got caught on the break really for these goals. We just didn't focus for these goals. And like I said, the scoreline reflects that. We did have opportunities where we could have fashioned a bit more clear-cut ones, in my opinion, in relation to opportunities. But at the same time, we had some and we didn't take ours, really. Like, can I see the stats in relation to shots? Yeah, they had 7 shots. We had 6. 6 shots. We had 6 shots on target. They had 7. They had 11 shots. We had 12. We had 5 corners. They had 7. We actually had 54% of possession. So statistically, it's it is closer than the scoreline suggests. But all that matters is the scoreline and the points you get from it. It doesn't matter that you played well and things. Football's unforgiving. So for our 23s, that's what they've got to keep in mind and learn. Because at first team level, where Arsenal's concerned, there's been games Arsenal, for instance, have played well 3-0 but lost. No one cares for that. No one hears for that. Managers on the chopping block, serious scrutiny where the players are concerned, to the point where it goes over the top. So sometimes you need to do a bit better. We could have done a lot better. We're at fault for the goals they've scored, but again, take nothing away from Liverpool. They cut us open, they sliced us up, and they were better than us in all departments really. Even though it was close, they deserved their scoreline. So yeah, it is what it is where that's concerned, people. So yeah, please comment any opinions you've got. Hit the like button. On that note, though, people, stay safe. DG, I'm out.
There's always that accurate red line defenders. I think it's like